So my trip to Cancun was nice, but this first win of the 22 season was better. Fin fans up north, Fin fans in the south, to the east, and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Alright, before we jump into this, I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers that we have. And if you're new to the channel, and if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. All that's going to help us get a merch shelf so we can add it in our description. And also, it'll also allow us to get polling functions we can use for this season here. If you look at the channel banner there at the top and in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a shop now button. You click that shop now button, that'll take you to our merch store. You can check out all of our cool t-shirts we got. And every Thursday we're going to be dropping new t-shirt designs for you to keep your style looking good and keep you on point. And you also get free shipping with that. And with all that, let's just get to it, and thank you. Mike McDaniels gets his first win. Tua becomes 4-0 against the Patriots. And Miami's offense was looking sharp, and the defense was looking even more sharper. Tua's stats was like, it wasn't like great. He, I don't know. Okay, Tua's stats, he had like 33 attempts, he had 23 complete, and 270 yards. And the average was 8.2, which is probably about 3 and a half, 3 yards, a little bit more than what he was averaging last year. And it gave him all like 104 on passing rating. I tell you, for the most part, Tua was solid. It was a solid opening for Tua, and him in the first quarter. His first pass, I forget who it was, but it was an underthrow. And then he had another pass in the first quarter. He missed the Ingold. And then he caught Tyreek on a 5 to 10 yard slant. And basically that was kind of like the first quarter. It was Tyreek, being hit on 5-10 yard slants and outs. Armstead wound up getting hurt the first quarter. I was kind of worried to see, if he was ever going to come back. But, I think it was Armstead. It was Armstead or Austin, one of the two. Austin did get hurt and didn't come back in, I don't believe. But Armstead, he was solid in his gameplay, as we thought he was going to be. However, though, I think the entire right side of the offensive line, I thought was subpar. And there is a sweep to Gaskins going to the right, I believe that play was, and that got snuffed out right away. And then there was a play where Hunt and Williams gave up a sack. And this was all going on in the first quarter. The gameplay for the line was just definitely subpar at best with that. And Tua's performance again, that was solid. And I guess when you're looking at the running backs, let's Chase Edmonds, they had him starting, and Mozart. It was good to see him in there on some good plays and everything. I think Mozart, he had 5 attempts, had 16 yards, and he gave him like a 3.2 average, and as long as being an 11-yard run. Whereas, Edmonds had 12 attempts for 25 yards, and his longest was 7. However, with both of those guys, being able to do what they do, And Mozart kept a couple of our drives alive. He kept a couple of our drives alive. It really kept the Patriots defense at bay. Even though the Patriots were playing defense to where they were actually going to make Tua beat them. Like, because they had like zero respect for Tua. So they were actually going to make Tua beat them. And, Tua, I'll get to that I'll get to that at the end, after like a little summary of things. Now, jumping into what was going on into the second half, the second half of the game, it was pretty much like the defense in the first half. The defense, I noticed that Roberts was getting beat, on drag routes run by the tight ends, over the middle. And there's a couple plays where Henry beat him, or Hunter, I think it was Henry, beat him over the middle. And, we had in the first quarter, we had a highlight play of the first quarter was when Xavier X-Man Howard was defending Devontae Parker, and he shut him down. Mack threw the ball. X jumped up, deflected it. Javon Holland was there to intercept it and return it to about the 30. And that just goes in to show, X was always shutting Devontae down, so we knew going into the game X was going to be covering Devontae, and there's probably going to be targeting Devontae. By the end of the first quarter, though, I got to say, the fans were looking unimpressed. I think they were expecting a lot more out of Tua that first half, and we didn't get a lot. There was a pass in there, I believe, the Tyreek Hill that went for about 15. However, though, it was nothing it was kind of underwhelming, if anything. That first half all was just underwhelming, because what we saw out there was Tua dinking and dunking again. And it was all built up around Tyreek in motion here, Tyreek in motion there. And they were targeting Tyreek. And it's like, I could kind of see what they were trying to do. And, for that first quarter, it just didn't work out. Now, jumping onto the second quarter, it was like the defense stepped it up even more from towards the end of the first. Brandon Jones came in on blitz and, popped the ball loose. And Ingram was right there in stride to pick it up, run it in for a quick touchdown. So that was textbook right there all the way. Kader Kohu, we got to see Kader Kohu do some fine tackling. It was just sure tackling. It wasn't none of this, the running back's in the juke, the wide receiver's going to juke. Kader Kohu, he is a solid tackler. There really wasn't nothing getting past him, if you guys noticed that. When it comes to any of the running plays or any yak yards for the Patriots receivers, they weren't getting that with Kader out there. He was definitely on point with his tackling. In the third quarter, we got the ball back, and the first play, was a pass, and on that second play there, that's when Greg Little got hurt. And, I was kind of worried, because I think at the time it was Austin Jackson, I believe. We had lost Austin Jackson and Greg Little. So I was kind of worried to see, what was going to be happening with the offensive line. And I noticed that in the third quarter, we started throwing more screens to Tyreek. And, those screens, they weren't really working as much in the third quarter as what they were kind of doing in the first and the second quarter. Because I think that they caught on, when watching, Tyreek run across the middle. It wasn't the entire line shifting, but they just didn't know where Tyreek was going to be. So they just always stuck one man on him and kind of figured hey, there's a chance that there might be a screen popping off here. So, watch it. And so they were sniffing that out. There was a play in the third quarter where Tua was 3rd and 5, and the Patriots broke through the line, and Tua was running around trying to get rid of the ball, and he just got rid of it, and it hit Gesicki on the right side, and got a first with that. And I thought that was pretty good. Tua didn't take the sack on that one like he took in the first quarter there. So he made a good choice. He got rid of the ball and just didn't throw it up. And actually, the third quarter was our first time where we got a chance to see Morstead. And he gave us a booming punt, and he was giving us some good position from that point on. And we also had a Jason Sanders field goal, and again, Jason's just Mr. Automatic with that. Our defense, our defense was super. Our defense was superheroes. The whole game through, it was like the Patriots didn't get on the board until the third quarter, right? And that was like on a fake PI call. I call it a fake PI call because, it was X and Devontae Parker going up for the ball. X blocks the ball out, and as Devontae and X are coming back down, X's hand hits Devontae's face mask, and they both hit the ground. As soon as they hit the ground, they're calling this, they're giving it a flag. They're calling it roughing the receiver, and the ball was already deflected. It was already gone when that happened. And so the next play, there was a couple plays later, Mac wound up hitting Ty Montgomery, and he was about 5 yards out, and when he caught the ball, because there was so much pressure coming at him, he was running back, and he tossed it out there, and Ty caught the ball and fell down, and he rolled in the end zone. Jalen Phillips was right there, and he was probably a step or two away, but they only got that score because they rolled in the end zone and off some fake PI call. So, and that was the only reason why they were even that close to begin with. Otherwise, we were getting the ball back. That's how that was going to go. New England's, our defense held New England down so bad. It was like New England's whole series up to that point. It was interception, punt, fumble, interception, punt, and I think there's only one interception, but there was punt, it was fumble, let me do this again. It was interception, punt, fumble, interception. Well, wait a minute. It was interception, punt, fumble, punt. And then I believe there was I think there was another interception on that. Yeah, there was. There was another interception on that. Brandon Jones and Wilkins were shutting things down. Brandon, people sleeping on Brandon during OTAs, and because we were hearing a lot about Javon Holland. Well, it's looking like, our secondary stacked. I mean, the way Brandon's playing, he's playing lights out right now. I know it's only the first week, but that's what we need. And that's good because it can get him into the Pro Bowl, and he could become an All-Pro. And that's what he's trying to do. And the same with Wilkins. And I think this is Wilkins' last year here, so this is a contract year. So, he's showing out. And, he was all in that backfield. He was shutting the run down like no other. Ogbah on the other side, when Sealer came in, I mean, they was doing it together. There was a 4th and 1 play where Holland, was called for a PI for defense, while covering. I think it was Devontae, and that was a BS call too. I don't know. There was so much going on in the third quarter with our defense just being everywhere. They just they just went ultra dog mode on the Patriots, and we got a couple sacks in, and we wound up hurting Mac Jones, and I guess Mac Jones is having some back problems. I don't know if he's gonna be playing against Steelers or not, but I don't know. So moving on into the fourth quarter, we had Greg Little. He came back. I was good to see that. Eichenberg allowed his first sack of the season to go through, and I really wasn't too pleased about that because kind of worried. I want to see Tua, play as long as he possibly could, and give him a chance to see, what he's gonna do. But, there was a play, though, where Tua rode to his left, and then he threw a grounder. And it was something that we've seen a Tua in the past. So there's a lot going on there with a lot to be looked into with what Tua is doing now and what he was doing in his past. And is it a night and day difference? I don't know. It's probably like mid-afternoon or something, because this is, it's just so much that was left on the table, so to speak. The defense, again, it was all defense. Fourth quarter, Jalen Phillips, he recovered a fumble. Brandon Jones, he deflected a key pass that turned into a fumble. And our defense was everywhere. And I don't put nothing past what our defense was doing, because everything that we expected our defense to do, they did it and they performed well. I will say they did start off a little slow, stopping the run against the Patriots. However, by the end of the game, the Patriots didn't have any 100 yards rushing, and Mac didn't have over 300 yards passing. And so this is what we wanted, and this is how it, Tua became 4-0 against the Patriots, and Mike McDaniels gets his first win against one of the all-time greatest coaches in the NFL. And, the score, as you guys know, it was 20-7. It could have been a lot more. Tua, I expected to see a lot more than what was shown. Because the dinking and dunking with Tyreek Hill, like why would you bring Tyreek Hill over here to dink and dunk, to do the same things you was doing with Waddle? And I don't know. I'm kind of in the air about that. Like, Mahomes over there had about 4 or 5 touchdown passes, right? Tua had 1 touchdown pass. And, of course, that was a Waddle, and Waddle got that yak. And it's like, I know that the Patriots were game planning for Tyreek. However, though, you got the best wide receiving corps in the NFL. And, the only way you can utilize that is to send your star wide receiver, and on these different motions and everything. Now, I understand, what Mike McDaniels was doing with Deebo Samuels out there in San Francisco. However, though, against the Baltimore Ravens, who are definitely going to stack the box for the run, because they're going to make Tua beat him with his arm. And they're going to have to take shots, because the Ravens' defense is fast, and they will either get to the quarterback a lot sooner, or they're going to, snuff out them screens a lot quicker. And the only way that they're going to be able to do that is by, dropping the bombs on them, and just letting, like Dan Marino said, pick one and let it fly. And you got the receivers for that. So, all in all, I was sad to say this game right here, it was a solid game. Was it a good performance for Tua? It was underwhelming. It was an underwhelming performance for Tua, I thought. And nothing against him. He did good, but, there was just too much dinking and dunking still with the star wide receiver who can take the top off. And then you can have other wide receivers all up underneath, just getting them yak yards, just tearing them up. All it's going to take is 1 or 2 of them deep routes before they start dropping everybody off the line. And then that will open up a running game. And was our running game on point? Our running game was there. It was there, but they weren't scared of Tua. They weren't scared of Tua, so that's why they stacked the box. So, again, it was an underwhelming performance, I thought, from Tua. I want to see more from him than just the dinking and dunking. All in all, it was solid. The defense, those guys were some ultra dogs out there. I really love the Miami D. They're going to keep us in the games. I can see that right now. We just got to put more points on the board. We just got to put more points on the board, because the defense in itself they was there. Look, I'm going to end it with that. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments, just drop it in the description box or in the comment section below. And if you guys are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing. And I want to thank all the subscribers that we have now. We really do appreciate it. And know that in our channel banner there at the top, you'll see a shop now button. If you click that, it'll take you to our shop, and you'll be able to check out the t-shirts that we have. Grab you a couple t-shirts and rock 'em at the game, and let's have some fun together. You get free shipping with that, and every Thursday we're gonna be dropping some new t-shirts for you guys. All right. So again, I just want to say thank you, love y'all, deuces. Alright, you guys, I just want to say that I do apologize for being out the whole week. And I know that I missed Wednesday and Thursday, so I missed the t-shirts, and I also missed our little skit that we're going to be doing. And I'll definitely get it started this week, okay? And I just want to say I was in Cancun. Cancun was really, really nice. I liked it. The weather was great. The scenery was great. The food, it was delicious, very delicious. The water, though, take your Z-Pack, okay? That's what I'm saying. But look, so I got a couple good things. I think, I thought it was anyways, for, to represent, the Miami Dolphins. I got this Miami Dolphin skull here, in Cancun. I think that's pretty dope. I picked this up and everything, so that, it just represents, Miami in another different way. So, too, in Cancun, I got this tiki, it's Miami Dolphin tiki little design here, or Mayan design, if you guys can see it. Check it out, right? This thing looks pretty dope. It's dope, man. So, got some cool things going on here. And so, I got this authentic Mayan statue here. It's authentic because it was made by Mayan descendants, and this is a good look at it. This right here, this is Bimby. This is the Miami Dolphin Mayan statue here. I call it. It's Bimby, and it has like authentic stone. All this is like just straight stone. All of it. Bimby here is, he's the son of prophecy, and at the same time, Bimby's going to be the one helping lead to the Super Bowl. What he's doing now, he is cutting the head off negativity and all positive things. So all positive things that I hope for, he's helping to bring into fruition, and he's cutting the head off negativity right there, And the Miami Dolphins going to the Super Bowl. Woo woo. It was a good trip and everything. And should I ever take a trip again, I'll let you guys know and keep you guys in the loop on that. Yeah, so that was a good trip. But I'm glad I'm back, and football season is here. Yes, let's get to it. We're 1-0. Alright, so football season's began, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting Thursday. This Thursday here, well, actually every Thursday, is we're going to be doing our odd and gamble. And basically the odds are going against the gamble. And these are two characters I created. Odd is a card, he's an ace card, and gamble is a house poker chip. And basically these two pit against each other. And how it works is that the odds, of our team winning is pretty much predicated by the things that are happening, like with the players, with the weather, with the field, and anything that's not predicated to the house. So those are the odds, okay? And the gamble is what's the casino saying, what is like all the betting sites saying. So that's the house, and that's gamble. So every week we're going to go by game. You guys choose, what are the odds that the Dolphins are going to win, or is it a gamble that the Dolphins are going to win with what they're saying against each other. So you just choose odd or just choose gamble, and I'll do the rest. And then Sunday before kickoff, an hour before kickoff, I'll, give the results of who's winning, okay? So that's how we're going to do that. So Odd and Gamble starting this week, and, every Sunday I'm going to drop the results for that, okay? Good deal. So let's have some fun this season, and, we're 1-0. So let's have some fun this season, and let's try to get to the Super Bowl. Fin fans up north, Fin fans in the south, to the east, and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to take a look at our gear. Clicking with the Fin Fan. You can check out the links below. And also know that your support with this helps our artist, and it also helps what we're doing here with Clicking with the Fin Fan. And a good thing about it all is you also get free shipping with that. So just take a look at the gear that we got. Grab something for you, your boo, significant other, your kids,